everyone, this is Sandy Create the Heart, and today I'm going to make 2 cards with you using the new Not Too Shabby Shabby collection subscription box of the month. The first of all is this 6x8 really large stamp set and the matching dies, which come separately. You have to buy those separately, and then the Sweet Bees paper and the ephemera, which I still have a little bit of ephemera left. So the first card, we're going to be using an alcohol background that I had made in a previous video, and then we're going to make kind of like a tunnel card, not quite exactly like a tunnel card, but very close, kind of like a faux tunnel card we're going to be making. So I actually cut out, colored and cut out a bunch of images from that stamp set, and I am going to put the alcohol background on some black cardstock. I'm just going to use my ATG gun because it's nice and quick and easy, and I find that the stick is pretty good. So I'm starting with that. This is an A2 size card. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach that black mat right to my card base. And I'm going to do a side folding. And then what I have are the 2 sunflowers, and I'm actually kind of creating like a little garden, I guess. And so they're propped up on foam, and it's going to give some space for my little girl ephemera piece to kind of nestle in. And then these 2 pieces fit almost perfectly on the bottom of a card front. And then I've got my my little girl, and she's just going to get nestled right in there. And I'm going to go ahead and use some ATG to attach her. And then I thought about putting the bow on her, but decided against it. It just wasn't feeling the vibe, so I saved it for the next little card we're going to make. So then I have my sentiment, and I've got that in foam as well. And that first card is done. Being your friend is pure joy. Alright, so this is the faux tunnel card. And you can use any die that you have in your collection for this. This is an A2 size card. I just have a die that is a nesting die that's got like places for a cloud and for grass, but you could just use a circle die or a rectangle or a square. Just that you need enough that they can nestle so that you have, like, you can cut them bigger. So I start with the smallest size that I want to use, and then each paper after that is slightly bigger. So you need some sort of a nestability type style die. So I went ahead and put that bottom piece flat on my card. It's an A2 size card. And then each of the layers that I've cut have foam. So that's what makes it kind of that faux tunnel card. And so I've got all in foam. I'm using my Ulta New foam. It's got that low profile. Just makes it easier to mail if you want to mail it, or to find an envelope for it. I don't have to make any special envelope for this to fit. So I'm not worried about that top at all because I'm actually going to cover it with some clouds. But I just want to line it up. And I'm showing you how I'm going to put some clouds on top. And then we've got our second or third layer. I guess maybe it's a third layer. And that's going to fit right on top. And this is just a really good way to give your card a little bit of additional dimension. All right, so that's just going to go down there. And now I have my last layer, which is the, the biggest opening. And so that one already has kind of like grass ready-made on there. You don't need that. It just kind of worked for this card. Otherwise, I would just trim it out. I just did some really, really light, very, very light blending on the front just so that it wasn't stark white. And basically it was just like leftover ink that was on my brush. So now I'm going to take the foam off of this layer, or the foam liner off of this layer. Now I'm going to set that down on top. And now I have my clouds are just going to fit right on top, and I'm just going to use some ATG to get me my adhesive for that piece. All right, and now I'm going to start fitting my little pieces on there. I've got my foam. I've got my honey pot, and I called it foam, but I've got my honey pot. And I'm going to go ahead and put that down if it nestles right in there. And then I have my cute little girl. Now these were all stamped with Tuxedo Black ink and Memento Tuxedo Black ink because it's the only one that I find that really doesn't smear. And then I've got my Copics I colored with that because I find that all the inks, even the ones that say that they don't smear, they do. And that's the only one that I found that doesn't smear for me. So I've got my little girl there, and then I've got a couple other, little things. I'm going to put a little extra bit of foam underneath her. And got another little piece of foam I'm going to put underneath her, I think, or not. But I really like just the dimension of this. I think I'm going to try to put another little piece of foam under her. And there we go. All right, so now I've got my last couple of pieces. I've got my little bow. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I'm just going to put a little bow on there. And we're getting close to finishing up this card. So put a little bit of ATG on that bow. And I'm going to stick that in her hair. And now I've got my little bee and my sentiment left. And it says, "Oh honey, you are beautiful." So I'll put my sentiment down. And my little bee, figure out where to put the little bee. And I've got the little bee on foam. And now my card is done. So there's my little faux tunnel card. You can see all the dimension. masking tape on the back. And so there we go for that card. You've got space to write a message. And thank you so much for watching.